Now let's turn to Europe, specifically to the European NATO members. 29 of NATO's 31 members are in Europe, and all of them are worried because of Donald Trump. The former US president made a speech on Saturday. He spoke about not defending NATO members who did not contribute to the alliance. And that has led to a range of reactions in Europe. Some countries are treating it as a wake-up call, almost like constructive feedback. Others are angry. They're making jibes at Trump. But all of them seem to agree on one thing, that Europe cannot rely on the US alone. They need to come together. They need to prepare for war. Here's our report.
One of the presidents of a big country stood up and said, well, sir, if we don't pay and we're attacked by Russia, will you protect us? I said, you didn't pay? You're delinquent? He said, yes, let's say that happened. No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want. You got to pay. You got to pay your bills.
That was the speech that has shaken Europe. European NATO members, anyway. Trump said, you got to pay your bills. And it seems now Europe has finally woken up.
So I think it still is the plea for everybody to do more. And I think what the presidential candidate in America says is also something to maybe wake up some of the allies who haven't done that much. So hopefully we all do more, and collectively we are stronger together.
These words from former US President Donald Trump should act as a cold shower to all those who constantly disregard this increasingly real threat Europe is facing. We have to stand on our own feet, of course, still counting on full cooperation with the United States. But Europe must do more to ensure its security.
They're talking about waking up, doing more, a cold shower. Basically, exactly what Trump seems to have wanted. But the Europeans don't seem too happy about it. They seem hurt by Trump's statement.
No matter what will happen in the US in this year, I think the conclusion has to be written already now that Europe needs to be stronger, and we need to be able to do more on our own.
Article 5 of the Washington Treaty was used for the first time after a terrorist attack on the United States after September 11th. And at that time, Poland sent army brigades to Afghanistan for decades. And we didn't send the bills for that to Washington. Alliances also strengthened the United States.
The Polish minister does have a point. He says that the only time NATO acted together was after 9/11. After the US was attacked. They probably didn't have to. American firepower alone would have been enough. But they did anyway. They did it to prove a point. The main purpose of NATO is deterrence, the all for one and one for all mantra. From the weakest member to the strongest. Everyone will work together. Even those who don't have much to offer militarily. That was the whole reason behind NATO. Trump's statements have changed that. Europe is awake now. They might begin contributing their fair share, but they may not trust the US again, especially under Trump. European countries have begun preparing to survive without American assistance. Poland, France, and Germany have vowed to make Europe stronger. Poland's Prime Minister wants more money invested in defense projects. The three countries also plan to deepen their mutual defense ties by reviving a dormant regional grouping called the Weimar Triangle. Others may follow suit, seek similar intra-European alliances. Europe could start looking inwards instead of across the Atlantic. So Trump has both gained and lost something. He gained the promise of funds, but lost trust. Little that he had in the first place anyway. That trade-off may be worth it to him, but as for the rest of the NATO members, the alarm bells are ringing loud and clear.